Well, good evening, and I'm here to present on Pangeality Studios, 120 square foot art studio down in Rainier Beach. When Len approached me 9 months ago, and with the idea of what to do with an old windowless woodshed in the garden, we sat down and mapped out various considerations for this to be successful. Len envisioned a multi-use space that can be used for work, play, and rest, integrating habitat for humans, plants, and even a cat at some point. We identified 3 non-negotiables: low cost, low impact, and low technology. We were guided by 10 principles of sustainable design. And these are collaboration, conservation, passive solar, integral design, appropriate technology, zero waste, and durability, aesthetics, health, and social justice. And I'm going to articulate each of these principles with future slides. So we collaborate on the design of this studio in every detail of the process, from the choice of materials down to the location of each and every shelf and doodad. We designed as we went along, and this often allowed for the space and the choice of materials that we had to work with to suggest where things would go in relation to each other. And by not working from a blueprint, we had the creative freedom to be able to shift and change as limitations or new ideas would arise. The principle of conservation is summed up with reduce, reuse, and recycle. Around 90% of the lumber and hardware for this project was salvaged, reclaimed, gifted, or reused. The existing 4x4 studs were used to frame in the windows and doors, which reduced the amount of additional lumber, as well as reusing the existing roof, subfloor, and electrical wiring in the structure. We found sources for the remaining materials from local salvage yards, friends, the internet, such as the famed Craigslist free section, and also, you know, here and there, construction dumpsters, that sort of thing. The benefits of conservation include the displacing the need to harvest, transport, and process new materials, as well as significantly reducing the tonnage of material going to a landfill somewhere else. The principle of passive solar design is evident in the layout of the windows and doors of the studio. We use 7 reclaimed windows installed on the east, south, and west walls, as well for sufficient natural lighting and passive heat gain, as well as 5 opening windows for ample ventilation. As you can see here, we also installed a greenhouse window as an atrium for plant habitat. So the principle of integral design is demonstrated by the built-in furniture, such as the desk, bench, and hide-a-bed. As the primary user of the space, Len has a 6'4" frame, so as I heard before, he's a big man living in a small man's world. And so we designed all of the built-in furniture based on his proportions, such as the desk at the comfortable height for him to work at standing up. The L-shaped bench can become a hide-a-bed for a twin or queen size, depending on the need for the space. And with the parts and hardware for that stored out of the way under the bench until it's needed. And the custom built-in table, drawers, and shelves are placed accordingly throughout the space to maximize the use of the limited space we had to work with. We utilize the principle of appropriate technology by installing a salvaged cast iron stove for heating and cooking. And we, since wood is an abundant renewable fuel source here in the Northwest, it seemed like a wise choice. And we also attach downspouts, or in the process of attaching downspouts to rain barrels to feed the garden during the hot summer months. The principle of zero waste is critical to reducing our ecological footprint on site and elsewhere.